For those of you who don't know, we're going to be showing Residents today. We're also going to be having a Q&A after. Please stay here for that. Jeanette, there'll be Ali, Luke, Bree, and Tim will be up here. Yeah, all right. Well, without further ado, how's that? Want some more? Would you like to give me more? Oh yeah, so the doors will be locked. After this, look, you know, it's not safe. Fire breaks out, we're all dead. But hey, all right, enjoy the film. Thank you very much.
We're going to get some of the cast and crew down for a Q&A. So, big round of applause for Matt Mirrams, writer, producer. We've also got stars Jeanette Coppolino, Ellie Seagar, Luke Benson, and producers Pete Flannery and Tim Long. We've had a couple of flat mics, so we'll have to share. Oh, they're all good? She doesn't talk. Well, thank you very much. It was our pleasure to be hosting the first public screening of Residents. How was it, watching it with the crowd? I heard lots of laughter in all the right places.
You're asking us, should ask them.
Well, I'm asking you, how was you watching it with the crowd?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Have you seen it before? Once or twice?
It was great to hear the laughter. I mean, you know, and to have the crowd, you know, behind it. Yeah.
Was it a comedy?
So Matt, tell us a bit about the journey of, you know, when you came up with the concept and to here.
Oh, okay. Well, I wrote it back in 2020, and I wanted to produce something that hadn't been seen in Aussie cinema for a long time, you know, just a kick-ass film with a high body count and dry humour and a lot of heart. So I applied for funding many times, and we got knocked back many times. So I did what you do when you're a crazy creative and just got one track mind and go, you know, I'm going to do this even if it kills me. So yeah, I maxed out credit cards and worked 7 days a week, and you know, and accepted generous donations from family members who are here today. And look, it's a big cast. It's a very big cast, but I wanted to give opportunities to up-and-coming actors. You know, I wanted to celebrate Melbourne's multiculturalism, and you know, we even mentored a young Indigenous boy throughout the shoot, put him in front of the camera as well. It was amazing.
So what was the casting process like? I mean, you've got faces in there that we'd all recognise, you know, from television and going way back, and as you say, up and coming. So was it just a casting call and people auditioned, or did you just target people? You said, I want them.
Just walk around Centrelink. So look at people who looked hungry and sad. You do. You want it.
Yeah. A similar process for the crew then.
A lot of theatre actors.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of theatre, so pick of a lot of talent. And Kim Valentine teaches at the Australian Film and Television Academy, so we would cast from there, you know, give young actors, you know, opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was Harry, wasn't it? Harry was one, yeah.
Harry, and that was Coppolino.
One.
Yeah.
Kimmy cast me as well. Well, she recommended that I audition. Was that with you as well, or did you audition with Kim in the room?
I think I auditioned with Kim in the room.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
It was really long ago. I was like 9.
On that, so what's been the journey? how many years to get it to the screen?
What year is it now?
You get a COVID discount about if you started before then.
We started writing February 2020.
Right.
And then casting, and then January 22 we started filming. We finished July 23 filming. We didn't film continuously because that's just mental. We would film and then go away. I'd work forklift driving and painting, and then just come up with some money and go, okay, let's do the next scene. And we did that for and then post-production.
We had to hurry because someone was getting older.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
And it looks like a baby in some scenes, and then the next one you're like, whoa.
And so, if you don't mind me asking, what was the budget?
You can ask. So it's about $172,000, give or take, maybe 175. Tim?
Micro budget.
Yeah, micro.
It was basically whatever we could scrape together to put into it, which you were saying. That's the way we did it. So yeah, it was like, I work as an accountant, but it was not the sort of thing that you could work on as an accountant, because it was just like, where do we get the money from? Or just whatever we get, whatever we can find, let's put it into this weekend and let's get it done. Yeah.
Managed to do all the VFX over in Thailand.
Really?
Yeah.
And a lot of goodwill.
Yes. Oh, incredible. Yeah, absolutely.
So much goodwill from cast and crew, and yeah.
And I think that comes across, right? I think it comes across as a team, as a group that want to get out there and make something. I think that comes
I came in a bit later, but and it was shot on my property. Shot on my property for the second half, and very quickly it felt like family. Everybody felt like family, and I couldn't believe just how warm and giving, and it was extraordinary.
And they wouldn't leave your house.
Yeah.
A lot of us moved here to great estates, you would have observed during the film. Yeah, a lot of people were volunteering and just basically doing that solid, and that seems like an industry kindness, because everyone believed in the project and believed in that. And he just flipping drove it. And, yeah, we sort of had to get it done, and we put Ellie on about 50 cigarettes a day at the start of production just to keep that 5 foot. To lock down that growth spurt. And then we were able to continue the process. Only the art matters.
But I think, I mean, when you're making a low budget feature, I think you are, very much reliant on a cast and crew that give their all and put their heart and soul into it. I was speaking at a conference a couple of weeks ago, and one of the questions I got was, what advice would you give people, as filmmakers and working in the industry? And I just said, work with people you like. That's about the best advice you can give. So I can tell that you all had a ball making the film, and put your heart and soul into it, and it's on the screen. So congratulations.
If anyone didn't like anyone, they got killed off, so I think that.
Well, that's what you did, just bury them on the property, right? And where was it shot? On your property?
Out in an area called Eden Park, or right on the border, Whittlesea. Beveridge, yeah, Beveridge. We're on this sort of border. It's like ley lines or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, people have predicted many times the death of a zombie film, but they keep coming up every year. Why a zombie film?
You asking me?
I am.
I don't know. I've always loved zombie films, going back to Romero's Day of the Dead and Dawn of the Dead. I like it. I think it's great when you've got slow-moving zombies, and if they're chasing you, they're not running, and you can run and then stop and then have a bite to eat and just go, I got about 2 minutes before he catches up to me, and you've got a fighting chance. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, I think that'll do. I mean, there's lots of different zombie variations, isn't there, these days? So, how did you? I guess for the comedy and the timing, you went with this particular iteration of zombies, yeah?
Yeah, I certainly did. Yeah.
So, what aspects of the film are you so proud of? and that goes for cast producers, everyone.
I just want to say just quickly, when he's on about the zombies, I work on the cruise ship, so I'm used to really slow-moving people who are nearly dead. I think just the spread of the film, right? I feel like it's obviously like a zombie comedy, but there's loads of like, I suppose, different genres and emotions in the film. Like the scenes with Jeanette and Ruby were like proper serious and dramatic. Like the flashback was pretty amazing, and then there's like big lulls around the corner and a lot of silliness, and at the open it had loads of laughs in it as well as like the tension builds and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than a zombie film. It's a sprawling sort of epic across, many locations, and I think you've done a great job, building out the various kinds of scenes, as you say, a lot of laughs, obviously, and a lot of drama and heart, and really well drawn out characters. Well done. And sessions with vacuum cleaners.
Well, the goal was to actually make something sort of ambitious and not make something that, okay, we've got 3 locations, we can shoot that in a week. It was to try and create something that's an epic, something that's going to swing for the fences, and something that puts the fun back in Funtastic.
Matt, can I ask you a question?
Me?
By all means.
Yeah. When you watch the film, do you look at each scene and go, shit, I remember that day, how the hell did we get through that day? Because I know I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe I would have done that differently, or, but no, I'm just so proud of everyone's performance in it. And I'm talking about everyone. Everyone kicked ass. We had like Ellie and Jeanette and Harry and everyone. I couldn't be more happier. I loved watching it again. And I appreciate everyone coming today as well and supporting it. It means a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's great when you get to watch it in the cinema and everyone's laughing at all the right moments. So, yeah. So what's next for Residents? Is there a release planned? Are you looking to do festival circuit internationally? Any kind of plans?
I've got a screening in LA in January, and already written Residents too, so we're going to shoot that next October. And Ali's character doesn't stop talking in the sequel.
Well, I'll throw it open to the audience if anyone's got any questions. Yeah, Josh?
Congrats, Matt. It's a real achievement, especially hearing that you only made for 70-something thousand.
Something like that.
In my head, I was looking at the screen, obviously picturing a bigger number. Like, I knew it was quite a, micro budget, but that is very micro. You are hilarious, by the way.
Agreed.
Hilarious. It was like the best director's cameo I've seen.
It was very easy when you're in charge and you go, let's go for another one, eh? Make it go.
Well, I guess my question would be, as an aspiring filmmaker myself that's had to do things on quite a small budget, like looking back at the production, what advice would you give if you do only have a very small budget? Where do you think it's most well spent? Is it in the post-production, or do you think it's on like locations or shoot days?
I would say we wrote 40 drafts, and rehearsals, find all the time. Like I said, I work 7 days a week. You've got to put your heart and soul, you've got to put all your chips in the middle and roll the dice and go, fuck it, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly. There's no days off, if you want to create something that's going to be around forever, and I think if you're going to do it, you owe your cast and crew too, but I like what you said, work with people you like, it's a grind, and it's, there's your days that you just go, what the fuck am I doing,
So to answer his question, did you spend more money?
I was getting there. Probably not today. No, that's. I was stalling.
Getting a shot, right? You spend a
Oh,
lot of passion.
You're the person. Yeah.
But look, you can't not admire Matt for the way he was like, no, we're doing it this weekend. It doesn't matter, we're doing it this weekend. And we're just shooting in the middle of COVID shutdowns and we're shooting in the middle of lots of everything going on, or nothing going on. But just getting it done and getting something there that you got to work with, that was the key. For me, looking on, that's the key of just make a start. What is it, like eating an elephant? Just start. So yeah, getting
Post-production.
But post-production don't scrimp on, but I would say don't limit yourself when you're shooting either, right? Because otherwise you don't know what put everything into everything.
As much as you can, because we noticed with post, like whatever, if something was done with post and it wasn't done to the quality that we were expecting, then we had to go and redo that, which we did for some of the aspects. So it was sort of like, okay, on the day, if you do a few takes of something, that's fine because you're doing it on the day. But then in post, you send this thing off to someone and then they return it to you and you're like, oh God. Okay, so now we've got to undo everything that they just did with someone else and spend more money. So that was something that I noticed in the process, that on the day you can get done what you need to get done. Post though, it's so out of your control that's where I feel like it would have been better if we had done the other option sooner rather than later, personally.
We got very lucky. We had Sean Lander editing, and Sean edited Kenny. We were very lucky. We did all the VFX in Thailand and the sound design here. We also got Hugh Wagner doing the score, which is unbelievable, which gives the film, it gives the film its emotional spine. Hugh, you're out there, aren't you? There you are.
Ali, did you say you were 9 when the film started shooting?
No, I was 9 when I auditioned. So when it started shooting, I think I was 11.
Right.
Yeah, and I was 13 when it ended. Well, just turned 13.
It must be like watching yourself grow up on screen, just
Yeah, kind of.
I think a month later, after we finished in July, Ali's mum Megan actually said, "Oh, thank God, she's had a massive growth spurt."
Yeah, you can just watch a bit of dungarees stuff.
Yeah. They were rolled up like 5 times, and every time I came back on set, I had to keep unrolling them like layer by layer because they kept growing taller.
So as I look out, I can see, who else have we got from cast and crew out there? I can see Don Bridges over there. Don's in about 24 films playing at Mossifest. I don't think there's been a year gone by recently where you haven't been in a film that's played at Mossifest, Don. Who else have we got out there? Let's give a big round of applause.
There's Greg just
Can you put your hand up if you're in the film, please? Is that alright? Like, put your hand up if you Piero or involved in the film, just so you can see. It's amazing.
Well, any last questions before we wrap it up? Anyone? Any comments from anyone? Yes?
Well done, cast and crew. It was awesome. My question's for Luke. Tim is like the beating heart of the film for me. How was it? Was it difficult to keep a straight face when all of your lines are like solid gold? Like were there times where you're trying to do this sincere performance and everyone's just laughing and you're like, I'm a serious actor?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not a serious actor. let's just get that out of the way, right? I've not even had a spoken line in an advert before this, right? So this was quite like a jump, and the script was really good, right? You know, and we had room to sort of muck about a couple of lines that I put in on the page, and it was nice seeing everybody really lose it on the day, when we did the eventual shoot. I'm a comic book as a job, so I just sort of let my lizard brain kick in and just try to be as funny as possible and as dead behind the eyes as I can be. And that enables maximum reward. Yeah.
I think for Luke, he had it one up because he would prepare himself with what he was about to say, and no one else was expecting it. So he'd come out and just say this line, and he'd be like, like the one at the end when KJ and I were running away, and Tim's coming up with the vacuum, and he's like, "Time to suck off some zombies," and we're just like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Burst out laughing. So yeah, like it was hilarious though, and Luke was a bear for that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to ask you, Matt, was that song that was in the van with Kim, like when they first appeared, did that exist before the film, or was that made for the film?
No, Tim and I recorded that many years ago.
That's so
Just happened to be playing on the radio in the van that night. We got able to get the rights for it.
Well, look, once again, congratulations, and you know, I'm glad that you can see the fruits of your the rewards of all your hard labour.
Thanks for having us.
No, our pleasure, absolutely. So, big round of applause for everyone.